we are back with the losers match of the main division's Group A. This GSL style group has been a banger so far. We've seen a slew of nice games. Let's see how this is going to turn off. For the Diamond Fighters in the top left side of Side Delta, we are looking at the main command center of ThorDrop, who lost to Kneehead and is going to try to actually come back and play the decider. But first, has to go through someone who's off racing Protoss. He is a Terran usually, but probably doesn't want to play TVT. This is Order, our teal Protoss. It's so damn wild to see Order play Protoss, honestly, now that I think about it. Sorry about that. Okay, so you have a standard. Is it standard opener? Not exactly. As we see a Zealot as well. Where is this Zealot going? Oh, he's going to dodge the Reaper. He's gonna go into the main base, or into the natural of ThorDrop. And we have a Nexus before core, and the core is quite late. So if ThorDrop knows the timings, should be like, oh, wait a second. This should not be this late. Also, this is kind of wild that... Oh yeah, I was gonna say that you should be able to like wall this off properly, right? I mean, right? I don't know. I played Protoss during the Mousy 500, and I'll be honest, I am not exactly happy about how you wall off these things. So if I play Protoss again, I'll probably just wall next to the mineral line. Like you put a pylon here, gateway here, cybercore here. You know, you make like a half wall. The Reaper can go in, but most likely cannot go out. So it jumps up here or comes up here, but cannot go into the mineral line in that case. And you'll have the advantage here, like he has to go all the way, and yeah, it's gonna be super annoying for the Terran. That's for sure. Okay, Reaper is gonna scout the tech and everything. Oh my. Okay, interesting. Now on the side of ThorDrop, we also have a 1-1-1, and I'm curious what this is going to be. How much gas has been mined? Quite a lot. This was a later gas, so this was not a 2 gas opener, if I deduct this correctly. Okay, stalkers are getting denied. So this should be okay on the side of Order in terms of, like, you know, strategy. Like if you actually know what your race dies to, then it's actually quite nice. But if you have no idea, obviously, then in terms of like what your race actually dies to, meaning something like, you know, a PVZ, then it's much more difficult. Okay, Stalkers outrange Marines. Oh, a bit of a miss micro here on the side of Order, and this is looking really tough. More Zealots being warped in, and there's charge. Okay, 3 SCVs here, and looks like ThorDrop is going to go back. Oh no, did he wall off his Immortal? I'm sorry guys, it just looks so funny. It's like the Immortal pops on the wrong side and he puts a pylon there instantly. That was so funny. That was so funny. Oh man, that was extremely funny. bunker goes up in the natural. We have a Raven as well, so that's going to actually help out quite a lot. And let's see what this push can accomplish. If you ask me, probably not much. Do we have a prism? We have a prism here. Okay, gonna move in, gonna see two, potentially even the third tank, I'm not sure. Did we see the third tank on the sign of order? That's the question. He's going to attack into this. I'm quite surprised. There's 3 tanks in here. And yes, charge lots are quite okay against this, but there's no +1. There's no anything else here but pure charge lot. And he's going to actually clean up the tanks. Gonna clean up some of those marines. Where are the next warpins? Here's the next warpin. The auto turret gets cleaned up. And honestly, ooh, this is gonna look quite interesting. 11 SCVs fall. ThorDrop is falling behind quite significantly. Immortal will be kept alive for now. Let's see where the next warp-in is going to happen. The next warp-in should be available. There we go. This is going to warp in 19, eventually 20, 23, 24, 25 SCVs. Honestly, there's the GG. An order into 3 tanks and the bunker. He manages to clean this up. No respect for ThorDrop. He just pushes in and takes game number 1. He's still killing SCVs in the background. 36-37. There we go. Alright, we have a situation here. So in the first lobby I did not pay attention to it, but the player that we see in the top left side, ThorDrop, from the Diamond Fighters, is going up against a random player. His opponent, Order. Random the first game, random the second game, and look what we have here. He has Protoss the second time as well. I thought that he's playing Protoss because it's like the broken race, the race that cannot be stopped, the death ball, the everything, the bane of every single other race. And just because, you know, it didn't want to play TVT, which is understandable, let's be honest. Nobody wants to play their mirror matchups for some reason. Like, I'm kind of notorious for all-inning in ZVZ, or even like playing some 2-base Roach into a 3rd base type of shenanigans. So yeah. And it turns out that he's a random player. Oh man. Protoss not Imba. Let's not go after the pros, okay? Let's not go after the pros. I'm just kidding, by the way. I know it's not Imba. At our level, nothing is Imba. Nothing's Imba. There's some things that are harder to execute and some things that are easier to execute. There's some things that are easier to hold than execute. There's things that are harder to hold than execute, but everything is doable. Everything is doable, so... I don't think anything is imbalanced. Although I am not a fan of Protoss. Especially the 75 APM. Let's cannon up, let's turtle up type of 2-base carrier Protosses, you know. Or the ones that like Unga Bunga all in at like 5-6 minutes. It all depends on like whether you manage to find out what's happening or not, so. We should ladder 1 week as per. I played Protoss for 3.5 years, Guarana. You get a taste of 3 racks, +1 pushes, 440 road traffic always. Yeah, that's true. But now hear out my very thoughtful, super based counter argument, okay? Like this is the basest, the most base argument, you know? There's those all-ins, but we all in because Protoss is Imba, and that's the only way you can win. Now try to counter argument on that. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But yeah, and yes, we focus on the game. No words. Okay, so once again we had a zealot, and will we? Oh, we don't have the same strategy, because now we have a single immortal, 3 gateways, and we don't have the twilight. Last game we had the twilight faster. Now I assume there's going to be a twilight council. This time around we'll have a tank on the high ground. Obviously this is not a map with a ramp, so I'm quite surprised that ThorDrop does not have a bunker. I think a bunker would have made it even easier. But I think I also get the idea here. You don't make a tank, the stalkers move closer, and then the tank shoots, free damage, free real estate. You know? Second tank is out, and we'll see a third tank as well. And we also will see. I wouldn't hate it if there was like you know, interference matrix. Now ThorDrop will send the Raven across the map. Will it go somewhere? Okay, there we go. There it is. So it's gonna go potentially into the main and drop an auto turret. Nothing else that it can do pretty much. So once again, I would assume that this is going to be another attempt at a charge attack. So let's see. We don't have any probe production, but we also have a third base. So yeah, this is looking quite weird. Obviously, the lack of experience with Protoss could be the culprit here, as Order should keep making probes at all times if he doesn't plan on all-inning. Maybe it's going to be a 3-base all-in, but still, you need that 3-base probe saturation in that case, and you need it as fast as possible. Look at this Raven. Look at this beauty of a Raven. Let's see. Nice spread here on the Stalkers. So I'm going to be able to actually move in. Potentially could go into the natural, as these Stalkers have no blink. Okay, gonna take out one probe. Obviously, the pulling off from the middle line is actually also worth some eco damage. This is a lot of zealots already, so definitely going to see the same type of all-in-esque, all-in type, semi-all-in, whatever we want to call it. The same push. Okay, so we have a third command center on the way. Let's see if that's going to be needed or not. I would hate it if ThorDrop would lose the same way as he lost in game number 1. Obviously, it's not going to be as fast of a push. There's more tanks, there's more units. I would love to see. Okay, well, he's gonna have more medevacs. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say I would love to see a 4 medevac push, but that is going to be exactly that, a 4 medevac push. So nice observer positioning here by Order. Now the push comes in, observer gets cleaned up. Let's see, potentially Order tries to catch him, but this is looking like a really tough task to do. Okay, never mind. He's going to potentially go in. Let's see. He might have to recall as well. Sees the scan. Potentially gonna assume that it's going to be a push. This one zealot sees it. It's gonna move in. One tank gets cleaned up. How many tanks are left? 2 more get cleaned up, and the last tank is here. Oh, it's gonna get cleaned up as well, but these Immortals are not going to be that great. Now these Immortals could go down, and those are sophisticated units. They take a lot to produce. They cannot be produced in mass, just like gateway units, and this is looking really tough. There's 4 Zealots and an Immortal. How many gateways? 5 gateways, only that is not enough, and these Zealots are getting kited to death. Stimmed Marines are actually faster and the Zealots once that charge is running out. And Order has to tap out as ThorDrop will take game number 2, and we're moving on to game number 3. So, this time around I pressed the record button, so I don't have to download the VOD for like a single game. So once again, we have our Terran player, our red Terran player, in the bottom right side of Ocean Board. This is ThorDrop. Going up against a... okay, guys, I'm sorry, I'm not sure if it's a random at this point or not. But it is going to be our other Terran player, our teal Terran player, by the name of Order. And I'm going to ask SHOUTOUT. Alright, so Order randomed Terran. Randomed his main race, but I'm not sure if he wants to play if he wants to play the TVT, but yeah, we'll see. And Order is not really fond of this TVT, that's for sure. He's going for a 2-rack Reaper. So I am curious how this is going to turn out because this is going to be quite interesting. And ThorDrop will see no barracks at home. We'll see a SCV. Okay, Reaper finds the 2 barracks. And let's see, there should be 3 SCVs and a Marine. Okay, it's gonna go after the Reaper, and now the Marine is sort of a free target unless Order just loses one of the Reapers. So far so good. Oh, he needs to start regenning. He started regenning HP. That is massive for ThorDrop. Sorry, for Order. Sorry, for Order. It's massive for Order. We're still in, you guys. Okay, gets a deny on ThorDrop's command center. Well, not the command center, but like the building of it. It's not gonna get finished right away. And there's obviously no command center on the side of Order across the map, so ThorDrop knows that he has to clean this up, and he is going to be in a decent position. But there's 4 Reapers once again. Oh, and this is going to be really, really painful. There's 13 workers going down, and the 2-rack Reaper is looking to be a massive success. I would want to say it's a Thor-sized success, but sadly, it's not for the guy who has Thor in his name, as I think we are going to see a GG very, very soon. Yep, there's a single G actually, and that means Order will move on to a rematch against Panda in the decider match, and that is going to be quite interesting, as Order was not happy about it. We'll see how that will turn out in the next series.